Yeah.
Okay, I'm tripping.
All right, so check this out. We are live right now. But just so everybody out there in the YouTubers understands what happened, there was a dope ass countdown. Respawn did that, so that happened, and then there was like this whole music, like the bitch bad, right? And then I came in like all energetic. What's going on? Judah's not gonna be here this week or next week. And then Danny made a fucking super funny joke about how it takes 3 people to replace Judah, and I wasn't live for a fucking second of it. So that's how this is gonna go without Judah.
Oh, this post is completely unrelated to your mistake.
Yeah, right.
So all my shit talking about Judah didn't make it on there. Damn.
No, like that was a lot too. Like all the shit you were talking, it actually was making me uncomfortable. It's like, oh my god, it is really going in. So
Maybe StreamYards didn't let us go live because we were talking so much shit.
wait, what's that? Say it again.
Judah set it up so you can't really go live until you stop talking shit about him.
Man, I'll tell you what, if you're in the chat now, you missed out on some good stuff. It was really fucking funny. So we'll just redo the one thing, and I'll say we are going to talk about what we're reading and all that stuff. But we're going to talk about some other stuff, mainly like movies and shit like that. And we're going to talk about a little bit of manga at the end. And also we're going to have Danny, much to Chris's enjoyment. We're going to talk a little bit about release the Ayer cut. Because I understand like the basic, like,
Hey,
hold on, do that again.
Right here.
Yeah, that's
why I think I released the Ayer cut.
Hey, for us, like what's say us, Snyder cut aficionado. What's the Ayer cut?
Yeah, might as well just get right into it. Fuck it. Let's go.
We can get into it.
Well, hold on. Let's see.
Well, you know what? I don't want to go ahead of schedule.
That's the point. That's we'll wait. Hold on to that.
Yeah. Let's wait.
I do want to jump into that because I'll be honest with you. David Ayer had a vision and it wasn't released. That's all I really know about it. But I bet you can fill in a little bit more than that. But why don't we go ahead?
There's Judah.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there's Judah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Judah, just so you know, when we were off air, I told him you suck. So.
Oh, he said way more than that. Just use your imagination. That's all. Danny, go ahead and kick it off. What are your new books, and what are you reading and doing?
So actually, this whole weekend I've been reading a lot of Zdarsky's Daredevil. I went through full screen. I went through 5 volumes of that book. Thanks, man. I went through 5 volumes of the book, like since last Friday, because I had been waiting and like people keep talking about how good it is. So that was very exciting. I did get a chance to go to the shop. First of all, I want to show off these variant covers.
Ooh. I love it.
For Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Oh shit, nice.
Oh,
yeah. Cool. Oh, these are so good.
Oh, damn, wait. Why is the Hulk so sexy right now?
Oh, that's Cho.
That's Amadeus Cho. Yeah. Banner. Yeah, Bruce Banner there. We're seeing a gym.
I was about to say, like, damn, bro, it's shizzle season now. I see this.
Hey, Bulk is out of style.
I'm like, okay, we got the Twilight version of the Hulk right now, bro.
I got my bad idea stuff because luckily I'm in a place where I can get them easily. But I think the coolest thing I've read so far, the Me You Love in the Dark, the new Scotty Young book. This is the full team behind Middle West. Like they're back and they're doing this book, and it's kind of like this horror, but it's about a creator and the creative process. It's really cool. I actually got to read it in advance, so that was also cool. But I like picking up books afterwards too to make sure that I keep supporting these artists because I like doing stuff like this afterwards. The last one I'll bring up, because I got a bunch. We could be here for hours. The last issue of 7 to Eternity came out today. I've been reading this book since the beginning. Rick Remender, Jeremy Opeña. And man, this now I can finally read it. I was waiting for the book to be done because there were so many delays. But the story is pretty good, but the art is beautiful, and that's kind of what's getting me going.
You're beautiful.
So yeah. So keep reading that book. I got a bunch of stuff. Got the new Ghost Rider over there, but I haven't been able to read that. So that's about it, though.
Dope. All right. Hey, before we continue, let's go ahead and say what's up to everybody in the chat. If you're in here, let's go ahead and just click that like for me, please. Just go ahead and minimize the chat if you're on your phone. Click like and come back to the live chat. Polly, I don't know. Здравствуйте, comrades. Ваш здоровье.
Okay,
Yeah.
this bit just lost his lust really quick.
Matt Munoz, you got a fan, Danny.
When I sent the link to my friends, I was like, "Hey, come cheer me in the chat, so they'll invite me again."
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that was during the time when we thought we were like we were not.
Yeah.
So. Michael Malone, what's going on? Polly, we already said hi. I'm going down. Judah.
Oh, he
I wish I had like a dope ass soundboard because I'd play some sad music. Like, where's he at? Where's Judah?
He's just in the chat threatening me to come to Rochester.
do it.
I fucking dare you.
Do it, bro.
Dare you.
You gonna let a dude named Judah call you out? Public? Please.
Aramis Murad, the architect. Hey, if y'all don't know, I Freaking Love Comics has a Discord. Of course, y'all know because if you're inside the chat, you're probably very familiar with that Discord.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat is an active member.
But still, click like. Hey, Chris, what is going on in your world?
So fresh off the press, my co-host on one of my other podcasts just released a new shirt for our podcast. I'm sending you the link right now. It's Mr. Freeze as a pimp, and it's pretty awesome. Okay,
because he's cold.
So if I haven't had a chance to go to the comic shop yet today, but so I pulled out some books that I'm really enjoying from the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully everybody out there is reading Barbaric.
Hell yeah.
Michael Moresi, some great stuff. Really fun, dark fantasy book where we get a good necromancer. It's ice cold out there for a pimp.
That's pretty dope.
I like that. I like that he still has the ball, the fishbowl on his head.
We'll throw that. Hey, go ahead and support Chris Rundt.
That is from New Adventures of Batman, where we find out that they decided to give Mr. Freeb sexy minions, and we're not really sure why. It was a decision that somebody made, and I guess we're supporting it.
He had sexy minions in the movie, right?
Yeah, I think that might be the reason, but it wasn't like that in the animated series.
I mean, Drew Barrymore was one of them. So
look, all I want is just the bat nipples to come back. That's all I want.
I guess that stop sharing it too, huh?
So a couple more real quick. Anyone Star Wars fan, I'm really enjoying High Republic. Everything they're doing in High Republic. And this is Kevin Scott's first chance to step up to the plate and do something cool. And he's doing an awesome job at it. And a Captain America book I'm actually enjoying for the first time in a while, The United States of Captain America. It's a story about the inspiration of Captain America, who he is, and how his image just influences people around the country to do better and be better. And that, in my eyes, is what Captain America is all about.
America.
Is that the one that was causing drama or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox News drama, so not real drama.
Okay.
And then quick shout out to an older book because the second volume's coming out. And I think this crowd will like it if they haven't heard of it. No One Left to Fight. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, it's basically Goku retires and becomes a little bit older, and everybody goes their own ways. And an event happens that has to bring them back together. Yeah. It's a really fun, colorful book with some amazing art. And
it's
volume
fucking great.
That's why I love you, Danny. And volume 2 is in your previews catalog right now, so you can go check it out for super cheap if you're a digital reader. And it's a book that I just absolutely adore, and I've just been going back and reading it this past week.
Dope. Chris, I know you didn't buy any comics, so I'm not going to put you on the spot like that. But what I want you to do right here is our video game, anime, manga expert. What should we be reading or watching in the world of anime?
Okay.
Don't blow your load too much because we will be talking about manga later.
Okay, so just the what in the tip. That's what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, just the tip.
All right, cool. Well, before I just saw that IGN posted that Zolo Miridueña from the Cobra Kai. He's actually gonna be they're looking at him to play Blue Beetle, which I think is awesome.
Hey, all right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he did great in Cobra Kai. I think he'll do great as Blue Beetle. But that's the extent of my comic book current events. So, man, an anime right now. So the one thing to look after is Chainsaw Man. That manga is really taking off, especially since they announced the movie.
Yeah,
that is coming out. They showed a trailer, but they haven't showed a release date. If you guys for Chainsaw Man,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looks phenomenal. You know what I mean? I think Studio Mappa is gonna be doing the animation. Yeah. So they did Attack on Titan. They've done they've done a lot of great work. You know what I mean?
Anything that looks good, Mappa probably did it.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched the Demon Slayer movie, Funimation has the dub version for those normies out there.
Whoa.
That's me.
Nah.
Hey, some of us like to watch what's on the screen instead of reading it, all right?
I'm a lazy watcher.
You know what though? Like I still read with my fingers, so I get it.
Yeah.
Now video game.
Braille?
Oh, excuse me.
It's called Braille.
No. You know when people like read with the lips and they have to like have their finger on the sentence. Yeah, exactly. And then in video games right now, there's a lot of controversy going on. Oh snap, it's Man-Eater. It's almost like she's supporting her significant other or something.
What? No, she's here because she loves the show. And
is that what?
She wants the hair cut out.
Hey, Switch.
Woo! Look at you. Oh, we're flex.
What are we doing?
Oh snap!
That's where it's at right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I actually just downloaded it. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh on my Switch because
hell yeah.
I'm still
because you're a man.
Well, yeah, see, I fucks with you. But in video games, there's actually a lot of controversy going on right now. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with that Activision / Blizzard fucked upery that's going on over there, and I'm boycotting them. I'm not touching nothing Activision as we speak because it's fucked up. Yeah. Games are still getting delayed for numerous reasons right now, and Activision, this whole lawsuit and everything has kind of started a domino effect because now they're attacking other companies. You know what I mean? Ubisoft has been getting some shit thrown at them as well. So which I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? We need to start holding these people accountable for all the shitty actions and whatnot.
Yep.
Didn't Blizzard's president or CEO just step down too because of all this bullshit?
And their head of HR.
Yeah.
Step down.
I know, step down.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody who knows me knows that I'm no fan of capitalism. Blah blah blah. We're not going to get into that. Polly and I are doing that in Discord. But I will say this much: we live in a society. So, if you guys need a Webull invite code so that you can go buy Activision stocks, let me know, and I will send you a code because that shit's a flip.
Miracle Man.
And everybody knows with Call of Duty, Diablo, everything, they'll be back, right? They'll be back. Hopefully. They'll be back after fixing their shit, but they're gonna be back. So
because
I'm glad you brought that up.
Consumers don't have balls, Robo. That's why.
Well, actually, I'm yes, that's 100% true.
Miracle Man, what's up?
But I was actually kind of surprised how many people don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm just coming back home from visiting family in Dirty Jersey. Yeah, I mean, hold your applause. And while I was up there, like I was talking to, because everybody's asking me like, "Oh, did you stop playing Call of Duty or some shit?" Right? And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I did. Fuck that game, man." You know what I'm saying? Like, but they were like, "Wow, what's been going on?" And the casual, Call of Duty is like for the most casual gamers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are unaware that there's even some type of dispute. I mean, because they're not in that world as as all of us are. You know what I mean? Following all these the Twitter posts, the updates that we get here, whether it's here, Reddit, on Polygon, whatever the case may be. So for some people, like again, the average consumer, mainly on Warzone, they're completely unaware that this shit is going on. I mean, some people thought I was lying, like, oh, there you go again with your conspiracy theory. Like, no, bro, this is like legit, no bullshit going on.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this year, like I said, a lot of the games I was looking forward to also are getting delayed. Not the ones that are tied to companies with shady. Well, the ones that are getting exposed for the shady behavior. Yeah, we live in a society. Well, he did say that.
That's right.
I don't know if he's taking it back. But with that being said, right now I'm just playing. I'm just going through my backlog. All the games that I said I was gonna finish, never did because I ended up buying something new or something. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a responsible gamer. And I'm gonna play these games.
Cipher, did you get into the Halo beta? Are you into that?
So I didn't get into the beta because I wasn't home. I did keep up with it. And one, I'm not a Halo fan. I'm gonna keep it 100, right? That multiplayer though, I was like, I Master Queef, you and me gonna talk real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit looks. Yeah. They really fixed it from that from when they showed us last year. Right, they really cleaned that game up. That multiplayer looks mighty tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
Is 2 still everyone's favorite? That was my favorite. Like,
yeah.
I only played the first 3, and then Gears of War came out, and I was like, oh, this is dope. So let me go play that, and then I stopped playing Xbox.
It seems like it depends when you grew up, Danny, because I know a lot of people that swear by 3, but you're probably the same age as me, and 2 is still king in my eyes. But
I was a big Quake Doom guy, and let me tell you something. The last Doom, like me and Reed were streaming it, and I think like Counter-Strike, the COD Counter-Strike Battlefield era of games has ruined the bullet sponge shooters for me. I can't play PvP like what is it? Like, Quake, Doom, Halo style, like rocket jumping and all that shit. I can't do it anymore. Actually,
it was the opposite. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal was such a breath of fresh air for me because I got tired. Okay, so Halo Reach was the first Halo I owned, right? The first one I played in multiplayer because by the time I got my NXO 360, you know what I mean, I was heavily into Gears. I was playing Gears competitively. So I really didn't care for Halo, it was too slow and clunky for me, if I'm being honest, right? Then I played Halo Reach and I enjoyed it. However, so I played Guardians, right, the multiplayer, and they try to replicate too much of the Call of Duty-esque type of gunplay and like didn't really like it, right? So when I was playing a game like Doom, where Doom guy is at a full sprint all the time, no reloading, it was just fast shooting. I actually very much enjoyed it because it was like the first FPS that I played in since the Nintendo 64 days, where it was like more arcade-like than just your regular military wannabe tactical shooters type thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like the opposite of your Robo. I feel like the Call of Duty has kind of ruined a lot of FPSs that I much rather enjoyed if it weren't for everything trying to be Call of Duty.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? That's me opinion.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
But believe it or not, I appreciate that whole segment. This is a
quick. Can I add something real quick before we move on? I know we want to talk comics.
Go.
I want to talk comics. But if you have HBO Max, or if you got HBO Max this weekend because of you're watching the Suicide Squad, you can catch the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen and God of High School from Crunchyroll, which both of those are freaking amazing.
Jujutsu Kaisen is dope.
That's Studio Mappa as well.
Yeah, and To Your Eternity, I think it's called. It's weird. It's not a fighting anime, but it's pretty dope. So Crunchyroll's got some good stuff on HBO Max. So if you got it this month to watch Suicide Squad, like just enjoy all the Studio Ghibli stuff too. But yeah,
I'll say real quick on that. Only if you have HBO Max. Do not get a Crunchyroll account. If you're gonna get a Crunchyroll, just go straight to Funimation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Crunchyroll
just switched from Funimation to Crunchyroll. So.
Did you? You should have remained with Funimation.
Yeah, why?
Well, aside from the fact that a majority of the Crunchyroll animes are in Funimation, they do a horrible job at maintaining their apps and service commitments to people. Like they got away with it for so long because they were the only ones doing it. And after Funimation got bought by Sony, they have been getting very good updates, very good IPs. Like they've been on their shit, right? And like I said, a lot of the animes, for example, like anime movies that that you have to go to Blu-ray or buy on Amazon Prime are going straight to Funimation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Crunchyroll don't even Hulu gets newer episodes faster than Crunchyroll does when it comes down to like the mainstream ones, like One Piece, Boruto, all these like the ones that are ongoing. Like if you have HBO Max, it's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the main ones are in HBO Max. That's actually how I caught Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Okay.
But if you don't, if you're trying to get a Crunchyroll, okay, even though it's cheap, it's just straight up go to Funimation. Yeah.
I tell you what. Well, I keep saying we'll talk about this later. We will talk about this later. All right, let's get into the news. Let's get into this.
Hold that thought though, because I feel like you were gonna say something interesting. Write it down.
Yeah. Oh, I'll forget. I'm like, man, I wish. It was good, man. It was good. So I did put it in the chat, but hey, do me a favor for everybody. In the description, first of all, go ahead and share this link to your social medias. If you have Twitter or Facebook or whatever, go ahead and share this link. Let's get some people inside here. Also, if you look in the description of this video, you'll see links to Danny's podcast, Chris Rundt's podcast, and Cipher of Cipher World's YouTube deal. Do me a favor for all of y'all inside here. Please just go ahead and click this. If you want to wait to the end, you can. Don't forget, click each one of them and just subscribe if you haven't already. And also Respawn. I'm going to do a quick one. I usually do this at the end, but I want to do this right now. Respawn. Pride or Die is going to move to Respawn's channel. So I don't know. Just Google Respawn. Respawn, you obviously have the ability. So drop the link in the chat for people. Go subscribe to Respawn if you haven't already, because all the dope ass book club stuff and Pride or Die stuff is going to be there. So I just want to make sure everybody gets that shit out there. Go do that. Let's get a collective going. But we're going to start. Let me go ahead and do a share screen here. That was a McDonald's, by the way. So first up, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Share screen.
Some good live content, everybody.
Yeah. Don't worry, this will be cut out of the post edit.
Okay, cool.
Oh God, I've never gone back to. You're a better man than me, Rob. I've never gone back to edit a show.
You know what's funny? And Judah will laugh. Judah and Ree will laugh. It's when we first started doing this, we're like, oh yeah, we'll do like an hour to 2 hours tops, and then we'll cut out the funny segments, and then we'll repost them. We're like, fuck all that. That's you have full-time jobs. That's too much to
up until this week, we hadn't. We also have an audio podcast, so we would just take the audio and upload it. Mm-hmm. I hadn't done that in months because I was working on the channel, and we're like, oh, we should really put audio back on our feed, and now everything's scheduled out to go and catch up. But
yeah, we'll put it on there. I think I still pay. I might have canceled it, but we pay like monthly for this podcast service. So like, we haven't uploaded shit to that for like a year.
Man, you guys better than me, because I'm over here like, I'm gonna make a video today. Never like, hey bro, hey, did you quit? I was like, you can't quit something nobody knows about.
Oh shit! All right.
That being said, go subscribe to all our stuff.
Yeah, I swear, it's the best content. We put so much work into it.
Chris is consistent. Go subscribe to Fortress Chris stuff.
I would say honestly, out of the four of us, Cipher's solid. Cipher's solid. You go on this shit. There's a lot of content out there. I would say, he took a quick sabbatical. Everybody needs a little time to themselves. But Chris Rundt is. You and your partner, you guys are on it, doggone it. Yeah.
Let me tell you, dealing with creative types every week, I love it, but fuck, they can be annoying sometimes.
Wait. Is that including us? Because that could be
Yeah, for sure.
insults in two fronts. Like, no, you guys are good.
It's like, no, I'm talking about you guys.
No, but we just did a cool interview with Tony Parker, not the basketball player, and that dude's smart as shit.
There's some people out there to where it's like, I don't even care who they are. Hey, fucking oh yeah, I can't think of anybody right now. Who's the fucking bald dude who was in Pulp Fiction?
That crashed and burned so
Bruce
quick.
Willis?
Bruce Willis. Like, hey, Bruce Willis wants to talk to you. Damn, Cipher, how about you pump me up, man? Fucking shit on me.
Okay.
How about you help me out?
That's our love language.
Motherfucker.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, imagine if Bruce Willis called up IFLC like, hey, he wants to do a quick 30 minutes with you. Like, yeah. Like, it has nothing to do with comics. Like, yeah, we'll fucking do that. So not Tony Parker, but Tony Parker of who?
Artist who's actually, to connect it into our previous conversation, he did the original Mass Effect comic. He's doing the God of War comic right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's done books like Mayday, This Damn Band, and a bunch of other stuff. He's an extremely talented and intelligent guy who just drops knowledge about what it is to be an artist in this industry.
So I actually been meaning to ask somebody about this. So when they commission a outside party to do comics, is there is the canon in mind, right? Because with the God of War, for example, that's Cory Balrog and his team that wrote it, right? Obviously, and Cory Balrog has been very vocal about being super, like, trying to keep this God of War as grounded to earth versus the three, testosterone filled games of the anyways. Point is that when they commission these artists, is the canon in mind, or is this something like a part just to like fill the void, I guess, when it comes down to like the a specific title?
So according to Tony, Barlog and Santa Monica Studios are like in contact with Dark Horse, the publisher. So like they said that there was stuff that they wanted to do, and then they were told like, hey, we're gonna do that in the second game, so back the fuck off. So yeah, everything they write is in canon. I guess it depends on the IP. Okay. But like when he did Mass Effect, he wasn't allowed to draw Shepard because Shepard, everybody's Shepard is different. So yeah.
Well, because
stuff like that.
After Star Wars, I remember as I started getting into Star Wars, right in the game, I actually started like reading a lot of their comics and stuff like that until Disney acquired them. Basically, hey, whatever the hell you invested time in, no longer canon, right? And then I always been hesitant when it comes down to tie-in media when it of shit that I like, because I don't know if it's considered canon. You know what I mean? It's just a way for me not to waste my time.
It normally is. Star Wars is a little bit different because everything does go through like Lucasfilm and whatever committee they have for like all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But the comics and the books, they're canon until the movie says they're not. So like in the Poe comic we got a little while ago, he was a Navy pilot before all the stuff he's doing with the rebellion. But then this last movie changed it to like, oh, he's a spice runner. So like it's always canon, and they approve it until they don't. They kind of like overlap everything. The movies kind of rule everything, and now the TV shows, and it trickles down. So either you get stories that are so closed off that they don't really have any effect on the canon, like which they can still be good stories and you can read good comics, but they may have no impact. Like this God of War comic, I haven't read all of it, but
it's really good.
It takes place in such a like feels like such an encapsulated part of the mythos. I think it takes place between games 2 and 3 or 1 and 2. It's in between 1 or 2 games.
No. The comic I think he's referring to actually takes place after 3 before the soft reboot.
Before the 4th one.
Yeah, it actually takes place in excuse me?
There's 2 different series, so you guys might be talking about 2 different series because he's done one full 4 issue and he's in the middle of one right now. And I know one does take place between 3 and quote unquote 4. Yeah, and I don't know where the other one takes place.
That's the one that actually got done looking over and stuff. Where it takes place actually in Egypt. Right now, the direction they're trying to go is that they're trying to tie in all the mythologies into one giant, like they're all interconnected, right? And he was actually dealing with the Egyptian esque as he's doing, like, explains what, like, how he left Greece and all these, well, sort of, right? Basically him wandering all the way up to Midgar. But yeah, because I could talk about this for a while, so I know Robo has actually a show to run.
No, that's great. That's good stuff. Thank you. But we will go into the news segment. We'll do this again. So we kind of talked about speculation last week, where we know that James Gunn was trying to pitch a movie where he was gonna get what's her face, Harley Quinn and Groot, a movie together. Here's another bit of speculation that we just got from .com. Apparently, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been in talks with Kevin Feige and his team. Now, in the article, it talks about not being serious, just kind of like, hey, where would we go and stuff like that. But like, what do y'all think about this? Like, do you all want to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the MCU?
Is he gonna be in the jungle? Like, I feel like that's the only role he books.
Or he's gonna be a part of a family.
Oh, well, I mean,
Robo, I quit. I'm out. Bye.
You know what, Chris? Like, I'm glad you beat me to it, because this is the same dude that went on a rant talking about how those memes are not funny. I'm like, word.
I thought the memes making fun of the memes were funnier. That's okay. That's all right.
But okay, so The Rock in the MCU, who will he play?
That's a question.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Galactus.
What about
Damn. That's good.
Or can he be one of the variants for Khan?
For who?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait.
You know who he could be?
Who's Khan?
He's played Hercules before.
I have an
He
accent.
could just reprise that role of Hercules.
That would be...
Or Ares, like if they want to make him,
one of the gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, whoever it is has to be like a character known for being like buff as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miracle
Ares
Man.
or
Miracle Man says, "Why doesn't he just play The Rock?" The MCU is like, "What's up? I'm The Rock from WWE."
I don't think they'd have him play Hercules, because if I remember correctly, Hercules canonically is gay. And I don't think they would like to give those kinds of roles over to straight actors. So I think that'd be out of the question.
Yeah. When I was looking
Charles
up
Xavier.
some people are talking about, some people said the thing, but there's like, know, for a comic book industry that was started by Jewish creators, there's like 4 Jewish like superheroes out there. So I don't know if I'd want to see a Jewish character change to The Rock. I do like the idea of like one of like pantheons, like one of the gods out there being like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. That'd be dope.
Oh, correction in the chat. Hercules is bi.
Queer. Mirko Man says queer.
Yeah.
So
my apologies, I messed that up. But
I mean, but either way, you're right. Like a straight, cis dude playing that role. Yeah, I mean,
I'm all for. I get that, but I can't. If you guys can't figure somebody for The Rock to play, then I'm out here like I'm still stuck that he should play Kratos. But
I think I got a good one.
What's up?
Simon Williams, Wonder Man.
Who?
Simon Williams.
Wonder Man.
Because he's a movie star, right? In the comics. So like The Rock's already a movie star, and he's also buff as shit. So like
it's MCU.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That was DC. Wonder Man. Yeah. Probably because I don't fucking know a lot about all those obscure comic book characters. That's good.
Well, if they wanted to, actually, that's Chinese. I was going to say Cho, but I remember Cho's Chinese. So
yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone who fits the him, and nothing comes to mind.
So I typed in muscular Marvel characters. That's why I got a few. Fucking Gladiator from the X-Men.
Hey, all right.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
yeah.
This one I saw that I really liked. Polly won't like this, but I like it. Colossus.
I was about to say that.
Here's the deal. Let me say something. If I were in front, if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson were on the show right now, I swear to God, I would say this. I know.
You wouldn't say it, Tice.
I promise. I think I would. You're probably right. I wouldn't.
Damn, that was the fastest backpedal I've ever seen.
What did you do to prepare for your role of Black Adam That's what I would be. That would be me. So check this out. We know that there are actors that always play themselves, right? Like that's The Rock plays The Rock. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds, and they're funny and they love those roles. If we can get The Rock to like show some breadth, like go to a voice coach, get the Russian accent down, right? I think he would make a dope ass Colossus, honestly. Oh, Polly, I thought you would be weird about that because he's Russian, and I don't know. Maybe you want the Colossus to be Russian.
I mean, well, because also The Rock is like any chance you can see The Rock in a chrome finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on TV, I'm announcing my divorce.
The Rock is
this was happening. Yeah.
Oh my god! Somebody hasn't seen the Scorpion King.
I'll be needing a place to live. If anybody has a couch I can crash on. Don't you dare talk about Dwayne Johnson.
Well, I mean, let's get this out the way. If The Rock could make a convincing lifeguard in Baywatch, he can play whatever he wants. I was like, clearly, this man can do anything, provided he's shirtless.
This is true. But you know what? I kind of low key agreed with her in the first place anyway, because I'm like, if he could show some like breath, if he could just stop playing himself, if he could learn other accents, and then like I get mad if somebody says he can't act.
Okay, if he could be a better actor, like
just stop being Dwayne Johnson for 1 second. If you do the eyebrow one more fucking time in a role, I'm gonna fucking lose it. But I love you. I love you.
But then when he does it in the movie, you're like, he did it. Rock bottom. He rock bottom that dude.
I mean, okay, let's get this out the way. A People's Elbow as him as Colossus, you know, like the Ron with a chrome fish. Like, come on, how would that not be dope?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Just go through like a couple floors of the building because like the elbow was so powerful while there's a crowd of people cheering on.
Benny Yohama. I kind of like it.
Captain America?
Only because I'm imagining the fucking meltdown that would happen. I mean, I don't really.
Well, it'll be two meltdowns because it's like, well, the Falcon get demoted.
Yeah. So what happened to the Falcon? And it would go to Winter Soldier after that. But this would. I mean,
some right above dude would be like, "Hey, man, you want a shield?"
But the fact remains that no matter who he plays, the one character that I could really think of, Dakota, strong guy. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because here's the thing. All right, and this is just gonna prove Maneater's point the most. By the way, Mylene is Maneater on video games and stuff like that, so we call her Maneater around here. Here's the deal: is kind of proves her point. I need The Rock to play somebody who doesn't really force him to act outside of himself, right? And so Captain America wouldn't work. Anything that kind of like causes him to like show some emotion.
I mean, we could always go the Vin Diesel route. You know, I mean, they cast that dude to play Groot to say literally one line.
Exactly. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I bet you that shit wasn't an accident. Like Vin Diesel, okay, let's get Vin Diesel on board. Who can he play? I don't know. Let's just give him like a tree that says one line.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like the Juggernaut. You know, could be
Lockjaw.
Well, give him a Lockjaw. But he has to do the eyebrow though.
Oh, what about Black Bull?
Who are you making up names at this point?
No, he's an Inhuman. He's the king of the Inhumans. That way he doesn't even have to talk.
Yeah,
he just looks.
Oh,
like...
he said Bolt.
Yeah.
I thought he said Bull. Bull. I'm like,
you know
what?
Sure, I'm sure there's one.
Probably is a
I
Black
looked
Bull.
at the Marvel Encyclopedia. There's a Black Bull.
Let me go pitch it right now.
So do it. It's like just two big ass horns, like my power.
Hey, but so check this out.
Here it is.
I think that would work. You don't say a word. You only have to look. You only have to look imposing, which he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like everything is like face acting. I like it.
Bro, can you imagine like for the movie's climax when he's like he has to scream a word and he yells, "Can you people smell?" and destroys the whole planet.
And
Can you people smell?
That was like the end of the fucking movie, like in the Inhumans movie, is like And he's
Hell
finally gonna talk.
Yeah.
There you
We
go,
found
Robo.
it.
In the private chat, Black Bull, first appearance, Arrowhead number 3,
I fucking knew it.
1954.
Damn.
Okay.
I fucking knew it.
Okay. I gotta see how racist this is.
Hold on.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, we'll
It's
see.
exactly how racist you think it is.
Whatever you think is that.
Actually, a little more.
Oh,
Actually,
where's Ben at? Ben would lose his shit. Ben would unsubscribe.
bro, his name is in Spanish, like it's Black Bull, but it's actually in Spanish. El Toro Negro.
Oh, Cedros? Oh,
Sergio
Which one?
Torres, bro.
oh, there's two.
Oh no, then I don't want The Rock playing him. I don't want him taking
El
people's.
Toro Negro.
I don't want
Okay,
him taking
okay.
my people's jobs.
There it is.
Sorry, Rocky.
I ain't gonna lie though. Like I'm looking at Sergio over here. I'm like, I will watch it. I will watch a Toro Negro movie. Like, I was like, all right, okay. Like,
Although
we meant to change the name to El Toro.
You would have my money just for the balls of putting that name on the poster and being like, here you go, guys.
Bro,
I'd be like, well, that just deserves my money just for doing it.
and you know whoever's gonna voice him is gonna have like the most inconsistent accent ever. Yo soy el Toro Negro. I come from New York. I'm like, word. That's how you talk.
God, if this motherfucker is a ladies' man, that's it. It's over.
It's like,
have y'all seen Jungle Cruise?
no,
I don't want to spoil
No.
anything.
but
No, you can spoil it though.
I'm
Okay,
guessing they
so-
go on a jungle cruise.
Slight spoiler: The Rock plays a Spaniard in Jungle Cruise.
Does he?
Yes.
Is he a ladies' man?
That got a little weird. Yeah, it is. I've never seen him as a romantic lead, but
sorry, I need a minute. A Spaniard, a colonizer Spaniard.
yes.
That kind. Yeah. All right. Moving on. So this is the one that Danny.
The one, everybody.
This is the one that Chris Rundt is probably gonna log off for. Maybe. All right.
El Toro Negro, bro. I'm sorry, King of the World. Sorry.
Let's rehab the character. Let's pitch it to Marvel in a way that it makes sense.
So check this out. We're gonna move on from that. I'm okay with Spaniard as long as they don't make him a ladies' man. If he's a fucking ladies' man, like, oh yeah,
Hey,
no, I don't want to go to this village because I have slept with all of these women in this village. And
like,
it's very hard for me to be in there.
oh, you know the Marvel writing. You know, I am El Toro, but if you're trying to get the bull, you can come to me.
I'll give him the horns. Yes. You know what I'm talking about, eh?
Hey, where's the black Wito? I am gonna take the Wito away from her name, you know? So like
All right, so moving on. This is the one we need Danny for. All right.
Oh, God.
So check this out. Right out the gate, this is all I know. This is all I know about Release the Ayer Cut. Release the Ayer Cut. David Ayer had a vision for Suicide Squad. It fucking bombed, and he's quoted as saying, "That's not my movie." Danny, what else is there to this shit?
All right. Before I get into it, I just want to say anybody using this hashtag or the other hashtag or any hashtag to harass or bully or like just be a complete asshole. Fuck you. That's not what this is about. All right. So look, I think I'm on this show mainly because I like Suicide Squad. Overall, it's not a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
Sure.
So kind of what happened with this movie is we got that really cool trailer. I don't know, Comic-Con something. People were really excited. They started doing test screenings, and one of the things that WB, like when they're getting these creators, they need to understand they make the kind of movies that they make. David Ayer makes movies like End of Watch, Fury, like they're dramas. They're not. He's never gonna go like super outside of that realm. So when these first test screenings started coming up, people, I don't know, they had a negative reaction because it wasn't what was in the trailers. The trailers was all the, Queen playing in the background and like things popping off and the funniest moments from the movie. So then they started doing all these reshoots. They wanted to add more comedy, more laughs, more action, different stuff. The second big hurdle for this movie, David Ayer had 6 weeks to write a script, which why would you limit your writer and director like that? Like that just seems like poor planning.
I can't write a school paper in 6 weeks. So
yeah. And I know these people, like, they get paid for that and that's what they do. But like, I don't know, like it feels like they're really giving them just not a lot of runway to go with. So then the test screens come back, people are negative about it. They do all these reshoots. Then they go to that trailer house that cut the trailer or whatever that, whoever cut the trailer, and they let them edit the movie. And that's why the movie looks like a music video where you get all these introductions and all this stuff. And for a long time, David Ayer, I guess, he didn't want to probably get on WB's bad side or contract stuff or whatever, or he just wanted to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So he never was like, yeah, that's not my movie. I didn't edit it. That's not what I wanted to put out there. Whatever.
Right.
And then the Snyder Cut happened. We got a new version of the movie, whether you liked it or not, whatever. So people, obviously, they always bring that up because people, like, there's always been these rumors that this is not the movie that Ayer cut and that he wanted to put out. So he finally wrote just this letter because he wants to be over. Like, he's done with this. WB and HBO and all those people, like, they've said they'll never release another cut because that's not what they're in the business for, which is a little weird because we've had director's cuts forever. So I don't even know why that's a big point of contention.
I mean,
a lot of movies,
and it's always been for the same reasons. People go, "Oh, here we go, trying to grab money again." I'm like, director's cuts are always about to grab money, even back when it was DVDs.
There's a big chance that all four of us have watched a different cut of Blade Runner. If you've watched that movie,
Well, I think it's mostly because of not so much of, the obvious cash grab that it is.
Yeah,
it's because all the bullshit that the hashtag release a Snyder Cut put out to the world. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to harassing cast members, direct, produce, all this stuff, like it was obnoxious. It's almost to the point one day when they released a Snyder Cut, it almost felt like they redid a whole movie. They were like, we have to film another movie to shut these motherfuckers up.
That's right.
They did have to fund a whole nother movie to shut people up.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it came from. Like, okay, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Again, if that makes sense. I don't know. I might be off.
Yeah, I mean, here. These, whatever, there was that review bomb for Godzilla and all that stuff. But other than that, like the last thing, so David Ayer just wrote this letter. I think Hollywood Reporter released it or whatever, one of the big publications, where he just said, look, this is not my movie. The movie that y'all watched, even the extended cut, that's not what I wanted to give the people. My movie's out there somewhere. WB will never release it, and I just want to move on. Obviously, this comes up again because, Miracle Man asked in the chat, another 70 million. The difference is that this movie is done as far as, like, they need to, it's like there's an edit out there for this, according to Ayer.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas Zack Snyder had to go in and do a lot of the effects that were unfinished for his movie.
So what Zack Snyder sold was like, no, my idea didn't get.
It was like a work print. I don't know if you've ever seen those work prints that have no effects. You see a lot of green screen and stuff in the background. That's what Zack Snyder was showing people whenever they watched his version of the movie.
He also had to go back and do reshoots and all this other stuff. He shot a whole nother movie. And a part of that is that if you remember to when they first announced Justice League, it was 2 movies.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. My thing here is we got Snyder Cut because of COVID-19 and the world that we grew into. If it wasn't for that, I don't think we would have gotten Snyder Cut. Because they needed content and they needed it now.
They needed to sell HBO Max somehow. I agree.
Yeah.
And it worked. It really worked. When you look at the numbers that played out and the amount of money they made, I mean, even IFLC, which loves to like shit on the Snyder Cut, like we talked about it like 8 times, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're talking about it now.
We're talking about it right now. Their trailer, their previews, and every person on the side of the screen watched it. Like, I think it's smart. It's a smart business move. But you're right. I think that as we're moving out of pandemic, hopefully, looks like we're in another bubble. But as we get back into normalcy, you're right. I think hey, we need to make more new movies, and I think this Ayer cut, even if it will be cheaper to put out. Yeah, but I hadn't really heard anything about it. It's just that it's the same sort of chudge that pushed the Zack Snyder, recent Snyder cut type stuff, and the harassment and the you're a fucking this and that. If you don't agree, but you're right. Sometimes people ruin it.
There's also the issue of like Zack Snyder's kid dying in the middle of shit. Like there was so much that went into the Snyder cut actually needed to be made. To get my thoughts out real quick about Ayer cut, I'm on the opposite of you, Danny. Like I think the Suicide Squad is a pile of shit, and I don't think there's a good movie in there. So everybody hoping that there's a good movie in there just bugs me from the fact that like I watched that movie and there's nothing redeeming about it to me, and I don't like this toxic fan base coming out and be like, you got to release it because this is going to be the one that saves us. It's like Marvel has been successful for a reason. It's because creative types come into Marvel and do what Marvel says. Right. DC's been failed for a reason, and it's because they don't have a structure and they haven't had that cohesive Kevin Feige type to say like, no, this is what we're doing. And you either get in line or you get the fuck out. So to say you bring a guy in for his vision, I'm a little rough on that because it really that movie needed to fit into the DC universe at the time that we no longer have, and I hate that there's a fan base out there like just screaming like you got to release it for us. It's like you got the Snyder cut now, just leave it be.
Yeah, and this news element actually doesn't. So the actual news item is not to really talk about release the Ayer cut, but it's specifically to talk about that. I guess during this one is Suicide Squad. The original movie is The Suicide Squad, right? Which one of them?
No, just Suicide Squad.
This is a Polka Dot Man and His Amazing Friends.
That's right, Polka Dot Man.
Okay, cool.
So here's the deal: James Gunn's Suicide Squad on the red carpet. They talked to John Cena, they talked to Joel Kinnaman, and they talked to Robbie. And all of them were quoted as saying they should release it. We should always see the director's vision. All three of them were very supportive of it. Yeah. And when you have like people like John Cena and co-stars talking about it, I'm telling you, this hashtag is going nowhere. We'll see if they bend the knee though. So
you know what? That actually kind of worries me when it comes down to like the nature of any fandom, right? Because I've noticed this, and not just in comic book movies, but I mean all medias like video games, comics, like everything, right? Mm-hmm. Where if the final product, the release finished product doesn't appease the core fandom, people aside from throwing a fit and threatening people who worked on this project, the worst is that they believe there is some deeper conspiracy that the opposition of their fandom is trying to hold them down, right? And like, oh, the reason why all this happened is because XYZ, and then now it's because they want to keep us on the bottom. I'm like, bro, get the fuck off the pedestal, shatter the glass house, and just come to peace that the fucking shit that you like, that you can still be passionate about, was fucking trash. You know what I mean?
Danny, would you like to respond?
No, I completely get that. Like, whenever people tell me that they don't like Suicide Squad, I get it. Yeah. It's not a good movie.
You're right.
I just think like it to me, it's the one that feels the most like a comic because it's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And I like the visuals, I like the needle drops, like, but it's just not a well put together movie.
That's how I feel about Transformers. Like people like that derivative piece. Like, bro, I'm not trying to watch Schindler's List over here. Like it's fucking Transformers, giant robots. You know, like what?
Yeah.
I will say though, just so I'm not tap dancing and trying to ride the fence here. I also did not like Suicide Squad, but I understand where you're coming from. Like, it's fun and you were looking for it to entertain you, and it doesn't have to entertain everybody.
Yeah, Will Smith charismatic, Margot Robbie, like, she's perfect as Harley, and she's just gotten better.
Yep.
And she just keeps getting better because they finally feel like the other people that are doing this understand Harley even better as she gets to more movies. I think the last thing I'll say is I'm glad the actors are we're at a point where the actors are really they understand they need to support the creatives, and I think that's why Cena and Margot Robbie and Kinnaman, like, I mean, Kinnaman got the opportunity, right? Because Tom Hardy dropped out of the movie. He wouldn't be in this Suicide Squad movie if Tom Hardy hadn't dropped out of the first one. So I'm sure he's thankful for that opportunity.
Sure.
And yeah, like, you know, they probably know all the stuff that actually happened behind the scenes, because Ayer said he'll never go into it because it's not for anyone's business to be out there what really happened and all that stuff in that letter that he wrote. So I'm glad they're taking sides with the creative. These studios, like, they need to really chill out. I mean, we got this whole lawsuit thing on the other side with Disney and Paramount and all these people, these companies just trying to make money. While some people are just trying to make movies. So
all I know is who directed Dark World, because I want that cut. Release the blah 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 cut. No, whoever did.
Well, Patty Jenkins was supposed to, but then, like you said, she doesn't get on board, and Marvel, you know, like, they
kicked her to the curb. Yeah, they've kicked to the curb some great directors. But my last thing I'll say is, if this is simply just it's sitting in the background, then fine, release it. If we have to, like Miracle Man said, put another $70 million into it, like we did the Snyder Cut, everybody just fuck off and just leave it alone.
That's it.
And then the final thing is it's very rare that the movie you see in theaters is the director's vision. It is usually cut and edited and all this stuff done from people who spent millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars to make it real.
If it's truly the director's vision, it's probably one of those A24 movies that only like 10 people ended up watching.
Or it's Clerks.
Although, or it's Clerks. But hey, on that, go watch the Green Knight.
We will say nothing bad about A24 in this house. A24 is fucking dope, and if you don't like you're just not smart enough to get it. No, I'm just kidding. That's total.
That sounds like
I'm not. I had to watch some videos after watching The Green Knight. I'm not smart enough to get that movie.
You know what though? Honestly, that's sometimes part of the like.
It's part of the experience.
When Hereditary ended, that's A24, right? Hereditary, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. When Hereditary ended, I was like I'm so like, oh, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that? And that made me go down a rabbit hole on Google.
Yeah.
Who is this god? It's a Persian god, and this is actually the real religion of this. Was it
Paimon, I think.
Paimon, yeah. So I went down this rabbit hole of Paimon's like mythology, and I was like, this is so fucking dope. So even though sometimes I end a movie going like, I am not smart enough to get this, the fact that it made me kind of like keep going, thinking more about it. Like when I got done with The Witch, I was like, I want to know what happened to them. Like, I want to know what the fuck just happened? They're flying. Like, do powers exist in this world, or is this in our head? Like, shut up.
When I took two friends to watch The Witch, like I convinced them to go watch The Witch with me. I had to get them tickets to Deadpool right after to like cleanse their souls, because they were like, what the fuck did you just make us watch?
That's edutainment.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt about Grace. I'm like, oh snap, the car is flying. Is she dead? What is going on?
Grace. Yes.
You better shape up.
Grace.
Because I need. No. All right.
This one will be quick. So apparently there is a lot of MCU actors that are coming for Marvel's The What If. And by the way, I Freaking Love Comics, like usual, we'll be doing a live show after every episode of Marvel's The What If, so we can talk about it. And it'll be spoilery. And who will be on there? Maybe some of the people you see on now. Maybe not. Maybe new people.
Not Dave Bautista.
Not Dave Bautista.
He was pretty clear. That they didn't ask him.
So
I just want to take his shirt off.
So real quick. Tom Holland's not going to be in it, but let's go through who will be in it. Paul Rudd will be in it. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. Michael Douglas is there. So that's pretty cool. In the Avengers, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo will be there. And others from The Shield. Samuel Jackson will be back. It's almost like I'm reading this for the first time. Black Panther. This is
gonna be weird.
That's gonna be a tearjerker. That's gonna
dude, I just rewatched the Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
And bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Sad as fuck.
Dude, that shit fucking especially like the last scene with Killmonger, like, and when he like, oh, I'm opening up the world. I'm like, you, damn.
I watched it the day we got the news that he passed away, and I was like, "Oh man,
that's rough. That's rough."
Yeah.
So I'm glad. This is pretty awesome. This is going to be special because he was able to record this before his passing, so that's good. Michael B. Jordan will also be there.
I like that. I like that he's still working with them because I want him back somehow.
Which is crazy because he showed a lot of disdain after the Black Panther movie because everybody kept on going Wakanda Forever and asking him about, like, he was pissed about it. Like, there was an interview when he was like, dude, I'm not from Wakanda. Y'all need to stop that. And I'm like, relax, bro. Like,
he said that while like dressing up as a Saiyan.
Yeah,
you're not a Saiyan either, Michael.
Yeah.
Which, hey, by the way, I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad they let him do, like, they let him get away with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you, like, hey, I want the Killmonger because we like Vegeta. I'm like,
but yeah, that was dope,
bro. You're my favorite person in the world right now.
Yeah. What else we got on there? Captain America, Agent Carter. Not a huge fan of Agent Carter. Was good. It was good. But this whole part of it, I'm not really super. Hey, look, Dominic Cooper and Howard Stark. I bet you people are like flipping out.
So,
Neil Beno is Dum Dum Dugan. Fuck yeah! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Hey, so I have a question for you, comic book enthusiasts, scholars, if you will. Is the what if? Okay, wait.
That's them too, by the way. But yeah, go ahead.
Just so spoilers. I mean, I don't know for those who haven't watched Loki or whatnot. But is this what if also like supposed to tie into the like the the fact that the timeline has been okay? Cool. Is that
I didn't think of it until the end of Loki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, either way, it's. I think if they go the route of the way the comics did, even if they go, this is what's happening on these timelines. Ultimately, it's gonna be. It's not what's happening in the main timeline.
Yeah,
so
it's a diverging timeline.
Yeah.
You take a specific event in the timeline of Marvel, and you say, "What if this happened instead of that?" And it's a diverging timeline. It's the same in the comics. There's still technically alternate realities in the comics as well.
Okay, so in the MCU, is 616 still the Prime?
It's one like 5. It's 199.
Yeah, it's another designation. 616 still the comics.
No. I'm saying though, but like in the comics, again, I'm not. This is old knowledge, but 616 in the comic has been designated as the main timeline. I know the MCU has its own designation.
Well, it's the main timeline for the comics.
For the comics. Okay, so does that mean that? Okay, you know what? We'll get into string theory later.
Well, I mean, when you look at the multiverse, right? There's no main. It's just all the timelines, and the comic books follow mostly 616, and the MCU follows 15559s.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Christopher Nolan joining us next week to explain all this shit.
Yeah. One thing that I will say that I like about What If, even though I'm like I'm not really a fan of non-canon stuff. And now I have two head canons in my head. Like there's MCU canon and there's comic book 616 canon. What is cool is that if something happens in the What If, I count that as like canon in ability and in that What If. So for example, if Spider-Man gets so mad that he jumps so hard that he leaves the atmosphere, now in my head I'm like, well, no, it didn't happen in 616. No, that didn't actually happen, but it showed me that he has the ability to do that. And so that's what I like about these What Ifs. It tells me an in canon way to explain if something not canon happened, just to make that super confusing. So yeah,
and Miracle Man, to what you said, apparently 616 is a joke too because it has something to do with the sign of Satan, and that's when Alan Moore like designated it. He was like trying to make a joke, and like everybody just like jumped on board. Yeah, I can look it up, but it has something to do with the sign of Satan.
Damn,
I had no idea. I had no idea. This is a. Oh no, I didn't.
That would be cool.
That would be super fucking cool. Like I just want blood and decapitations and revenge.
And then Drax would get to wear tiny glasses like all the other characters that Dave Bautista plays.
Yep. So just let's speed through this real quick. Benedict Cumberbatch is coming back, so that's dope.
Hey, can we highlight that
Please.
Ree's question, because I feel like we need answers.
Do you think Doctor Strange makes his cloak choke him as he jerks off?
Yes.
Wouldn't
you, Ree?
Well, here's the deal: is that I would, and if Doctor Strange smart, but here's why I've never tried it, and I think most people shouldn't. It's because I keep hearing people fucking die on that shit, and if there's one thing that I don't want is to be found fucking dead, half jerked off. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'm found.
Wait, hold on, time out.
Either not or full.
It's not that I have.
It's not the fact that you have a belt tied to your neck hanging from a doorknob. It's not the fact that you are like half naked. It's the fact that like
I'm dead.
I was like I was halfway done.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, how about this? How about even worse than that? Let's be all the way done. Let's make this not for if you're not 18, leave. Here's the deal. What about if you're all the way done and then that's when you died? Like, dead. And then that's how people are gonna find you? Like, you're gonna walk into this dead body with fucking your shit all in? No.
Well, went out doing what I love.
Well,
like the cloak knows when to let go.
But the cloak is also sentient.
Yeah, so, the cloak will let you down softly in your unconscious body, like.
Well,
and then when you wake up, you're like, "Thanks, bro," and you fist bump the.
Okay, would that be would that be like jerking off, or would that be considered as foreplay? Because if the cloak is sentient, it has.
No, the cloak is only choking him, right?
Okay, so let's. The cloak is a homie, right? So if one of my homies is choking me out while I,
Cipher,
jerk off.
If you need me to choke you out, I'll choke you out.
Oh, no, that's cool. I know that, but what I'm trying to ask is, would that be like, was that be considered some type of foreplay, or are you just helping a homie?
Listen, Cipher. We all need a slump buster once in a while. That's cool.
And it's cool. And Robo is open to that. I just want to
that's
know.
What friends are for.
I want to know what like why they're gonna categorize that. It's like, okay, did he die by jerking off, or was he having sex with a homie? Because I just need the logistics. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even need the homie part. That shit's scary enough. Where if you're with you're just actually doing your thing. Mm-hmm. Like, what if you kill your partner? Type stuff. Like, I'm like, man, that's scary stuff. Like, I'm trying to go to prison because somebody wanted to get super freaky dicky. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I can't wait till we get feedback from Judah on this episode.
Again, you know what? If he still had the time stone, that could have been, to his benefit.
But he can't use the time stone. You got to use
no, but remember, he was able to program that shit. He goes like, "Hey, every time I die, reset."
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you're right.
That only works in the dark dimension, though.
Bro,
so he'd have to make some kind of deal with Dormammu.
Me and Dormammu are about to bargain.
Yeah.
Yo, Dormammu, look, bro.
Maybe Dormammu can choke him out while he's doing it. Then he can do it 1,000,000 times in a row and just keep going and go. Oh man, this.
Polly, this is true for any death in any way. Like that doesn't mean that before the death I care about. Like I care now. That's what matters.
If I didn't care, this wouldn't be a situation.
Like, hey, wear your seatbelt. Doesn't matter. You won't care when you're dead.
So that's actually fair.
Yeah. All right. So gotta get. Yeah, but hey, check out this webpage. I don't know why I picked it. It's actually super boring.
What's that screen rant?
Yeah. Hey, there's some voice actors coming back. Here's one. Here's one. Miracle Man will definitely appreciate. Jim Lee was in an interview and definitely said, "Hey, DC Publishing is not hurting. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. DC Publishing is doing pretty fucking good and making money. This is in response. Doesn't mention them, but definitely given Twitterverse, the chuds of the ones who shall not be named, who think that main comic books are dying and see DC's paying for their get woke go broke deal, and they're like, Jim Lee's like sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Jim Lee's just like,
no, it's definitely Miracle Man posted some stats. I like it. I'm all about stats. I think it's so funny when you look at these freaking like look, man, I'm not trying to simp for corporations or anything, but Marvel and DC are like hundreds of millions making money for billion-dollar corporations. If they were in a slump, Disney and Warner Brothers would have fucking shacked them out a long time ago. They're not in a slump, and that's why that they're owned by them. Like it's ridiculous.
Here's the only thing on that though is that creatives inside of both Marvel and DC have said that they are basically IP farms. It doesn't matter if they I mean they can't be losing a shitload of money, but it doesn't really matter if they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they take those ideas, they make a movie, and that makes $1 billion, and that's what matters.
Yeah, this is owned by Warner Brothers and Disney. Like those numbers, they don't even count on the at the bottom line of the income statement. Like they don't even make a change. Like they don't even worry about it. Like all the way up. Obviously, they try to run their piece as profitable as they can. But you're right. I mean, you know, like they can streamline whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Like these are idea machines that they just want to get our next Batman story so I can make the next Batman movie, and that's why there's like 20,000 Batman books published at once.
You know what? I'm glad there was a Batman Reptilian, which
great book.
I didn't even go over what I bought. That's fine.
Robo, actually, to go to the last time I was on the show when we talked about the whole "does Batman eat pussy" thing, and the reason an upper said no to that is because they got to sell toys to little kids. Like
that's it.
So,
but decapitation.
Because that's where the money comes from.
Garth Ennis said, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Garth Ennis is like, "Nah, I'm good."
But here's the thing,
actually, you know, hold on real quick. That's actually a good point, though. Like, I just want to throw that out there for everybody in case anybody missed it. Garth fucking Ennis. People have sex with
yes
people. If you don't have all your faculties, apparently, is able to write. And if you're reading Batman Reptilian, like Batman's about to go like ham. Batman's about to be the Batman I play when it's Telltale, where I get to like play Batman how I want, which is like break some shit.
Mm-hmm.
All that's fine. That's good. Cunnilingus is out. But fucking is good. Cunnilingus is out.
Yeah, because heroes don't do that, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying like
that. Yeah,
Reptilian is actually.
Well, the whole were you being sarcastic with the whole you gotta sell toys to kids, or was that like,
no? That's literally their thought process. Is we can't have them do these things. And listen, this is a whole fucking societal thing of the difference between violence and sex.
Yeah.
But in the way we're set up now, violence is okay, sex no.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're looking down on it, they're like, we're still making all our money off toys and fucking these movies and these cartoons. And that's where, so you can't be fucking it up in the comics. I mean, remember, what was it, Batman Damned, where he had that giant luscious cock coming down and everybody freaked out. Like, it's...
Yeah, but he fucks Batgirl. So that's the weird part.
That's weird.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm gonna say.
Fucking Azarello.
Sex is not the line that you can't cross. Because heroes can have sex, but you can't eat pussy.
But that was good because wasn't Batman in I forgot actually I just kind of enjoyed this little run. But when Batman had sex with Black Canary on top of a building with a bunch of burning people,
all kinds of self-esteem problems for people.
I'm white, so it was giant to me. I'm sorry if I went too far, everybody.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed because his name is Fortress Chris. I'm trying to feel like I thought that was a euphemism right there. I was like, good for you. Like, damn, look at you representing all Chris's out there. Yeah. Adding an extra syllable to your name. But my point is, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, DC, if you're worried about that, just don't make the Cunnilingus Batman toy. Like, just make fucking regular toys. Yeah. Don't make that one.
Yeah. Just like you're not selling villain fucking toys that with their head pops off a little. Just add red liquid and then the head.
Yeah.
Like, damn,
However,
tell your
I
friends.
I would definitely pre-order
I would buy this.
a Batman Cunnilingus toy. You know,
Oh.
like how like you know how the the kung fu grip. You're like,
Oh, God.
oh my god, it is dope. You can switch the mask on or off. This is awesome.
This is great. Oh man. All right. So
what about the kids?
DC's doing just fine. We're gonna take a quick detour from the typical IFLC, especially Chris. You do you read manga?
Yeah.
Rundt? Okay, good. All right. So I like most things in life, I've started this shit pretty late. And so I'm glad you guys are here because we're gonna talk a little bit of manga. And apparently it looks like manga is like taking off big time in the United States. And where the fuck did my shun notes go? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, manga's taking off in the United States. There was a rumor out there.
What's going on, Nerdette?
That Demon Hunter. What's up, Nerdette?
Slayer.
That Demon Hunter
Slayer
by itself, Demon Slayer, my bad. By itself outsold all of comic books, all of DC or some shit like that, which wasn't true. But here's the deal: is that a lot of people bought it. Like a lot of people were like, "Wow, that's crazy." Nobody was like, "No, they didn't. That's impossible." They was like, "Wow, that's crazy." And it kind of shows where people's heads are at, to where it's like, manga is coming the fuck up. Chainsaw Man, Hunter x Hunter, Demon Slayer, these things, and even like some of the
By the way,
classics, like
Robo, yeah, I don't want you to get canceled.
Hunter.
Yeah, don't say the X.
Don't say the X.
This is just advice from an old man that learned too late that
There's
you
a
don't say
fucking
the
X
X.
in the fucking thing,
No,
though.
I
Yeah, there is.
understand. I understand.
Wow.
Look,
Wow.
man.
We're just
I ain't make
telling you the
rules.
rules. We didn't make them up.
I'm imagining to you too. I'm imagining like in your head, even though you're being cool about it, there was cringe. There was cringe. Like, yeah, and that's in Hunter x Hunter's big, and everyone's like, "Oh, this
He said, God, he's joking, guys. Come on, you can't take a joke.
Yeah,
Gotcha. We
gotcha.
Come on, he's not a fucking normie.
Hey, look, for all the writers out there and that are going to be putting out books, all you future authors out there, don't put anything on the cover that you don't want people to say out loud as the title.
Fucking dead ass.
Fucking idiot.
Same thing. Like I remember with dot hack sign, right? I always call it hack sign, but the way it was spelled, it was like there was a dot hack / sign.
Yeah,
and you had to say the whole thing. I'm like, bro, fuck you. But yes,
Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, and Chainsaw Man. These are coming out. Even some of the old ones with Naruto and DBZ. People are coming out with the new Super. Right? Is that a new season or something that just came out?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what do you think is sparking this? Why now? Like, why during the pandemic? Because that was what the article was talking about. Like, especially 2019, but 2020 shot up, and 2021 is still going.
I could tell you exactly the sequence of events that basically jump started anime / manga to like the mainstream / pop culture. Right. The first thing that happened was when Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power, which was the last arc of the anime, when they had like the Never Special with Goku versus Jiren the first time, it literally broke the servers of Crunchyroll and Funimation's Hulu and Hulu, right? Like you couldn't stream nothing because it was so overtaxed. So the memes, everything in Twitter started going off like, they broke, like, oh, it broke the internet type shit. So people started retroactively watching Super at that point, even though Super had a horrible head start because it got rushed out in the first 2 seasons. Horrible fucking animation.
Really?
Right. So then Super, then they rushed the dub because there was a higher demand. I mean, Funimation almost they even fucked up the dub, if I'm being honest. Then it happened twice. It happened again for the Vegeta versus Jiren fight and the last episode, right, of the anime arc where same thing, and the last episode actually had a higher viewing than Infinity War, right? The only thing is, it was through streaming services. Yeah, I mean, but they were counting Latin America, Europe, like everybody that was watching this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
worldwide.
they worldwide. I mean, there was compilation of videos of people gathering in massive stadiums and stuff like that to just watch this thing. Like it was crazy. So then when they saw the success and they decided to cancel Dragon Ball Super so they can put all their resources into the movie. The movie was kind of like a Hail Mary to kind of jumpstart it to the mainstream media, which was Dragon Ball Super Broly. And that was so good. At the time, that was the highest grossing foreign/anime movie in the US or in the West, right?
Yep.
It was crazy. It was the only movie at its time that got that all their original dub actors came back, like the same actors that did, like they've been voicing Goku in Latin America for 20 years. They all came, like it was a huge production, and it grossed a lot of money. Then at the time, My Hero was becoming increasingly more popular because usually every so often there's like a new big three in anime where like whatever's the highest selling manga in Japan gets like a jump start. Right now, at the time was My Hero, still One Piece, and Black Clover. My Heroes, got the jumpstart by getting Bandai Namco to license their games and stuff like that. But then they released the movie, the second movie, and it did really well. Not as good as Super. Here comes Demon Slayer, right? Demon Slayer got the recognition because of his animation. It was easy to watch because they kind of jump started the trend of like not having fillers. It's just like, hey man, one season, 20 episodes. It'll take you about 8 hours to watch because they're about 20 something minutes. Then you got Attack on Titan because it got a lot of Attack on Titan got the rep that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood should have gotten because it tackles a lot of the same civil political issues and real world issues, right? Then obviously the animation, the compilations, then TikTok started taking off, and all these anime TikTokers started like talking about like basically how great these these animes are. The Demon Slayer movie came out, right? And Mugen Train has been out actually
since March.
No, in the US.
Oh, yeah, in the US, that's right.
The movie's been out for like almost 2 years, and everybody that has watched the movie like 1 or 2 years, the movie came out in Japan a while ago. Wow. Japan was afraid to release it to the West because it was afraid it was gonna flop and potentially killing anime in the West. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a high value production. Well, according to them, especially since in Japan they pay animators shit, and there's been a whole issue with that. That's why Studio Map is as big as they are, because they're like, hey, let's just pay these people a regular a decent wage.
So you're saying the manga sales are coming up because the anime is doing really well?
I can jump on the manga stuff after we get through the anime stuff if you want.
So between all this, as they're trying to make the transition for the West having more mainstream anime, they started killing all these free manga sites, which was Kissing Me was the big one, right? And where you could read all these mangas for free.
About the website,
huh?
I don't know anything about the website.
It's just
exactly.
Where you pirate. Yeah.
Read the room. But
I got that after the screen's a little small.
Yeah,
then I got it.
So then Shonen dropped their first ever app for you to read.
$1.99 a month.
$1.99 a month and stuff like that. And then here comes the Twitter warriors and stuff like that. They started spoiling popular animes because like, oh, this is where you had the anime, waiting to read the manga. Mm-hmm. That's when Goku's long distance uncle died. People like, what the fuck? So people
it's like this diet gatekeeping, like this low key gatekeeping, where it's like, what? The book's been out for 7 years. Like, bitch, nobody was reading manga 7 years ago. But
exactly, exactly what happened. But go ahead, Danny.
Yeah. So what I've seen in the past few years with manga is like you guys mentioned. First of all, it's really cheap here because they're making a big push to bring all that stuff in Japan. Manga, and I think with what was Dakota? Dakota was a guest, I think a couple weeks ago.
Right. Dakota Alexander, yeah.
Yeah, in Japan, manga is just literature, just everywhere. There's no manga stores. It's not like you go to a specific shop.
Yeah.
they're just in the bookstores. Manga is just all genres. Here we mainly gave like shonen, which is the battle stuff for kids or young kids or young men. Actually, there's so many genres that really expand on that. So that's the big thing that all those companies are now pushing to get their product out here. So they're introducing it either free, like you could read Shonen Jump, the latest stuff for free, or you can pay for the app to read the backlog or whatever. And then we have sites like Comixology putting out their manga as originals. Like all these other manga that have been around forever, they're getting the rights to distribute them in the US for really cheap. Because if you have unlimited or whatever, there's so much accessibility. And then when you go to the bookstores, manga is really affordable. For $10, you can get a volume of like 150 to 200 pages.
Yeah, like you can get like the way they break down manga chapters versus ours. Like you can get like, oh, there's 120 chapters in this one book and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
like these are easy to get. They're easy to read. Like they're cheap. These are $10 and it's all just black and white.
You gotta read it backwards. So.
And I think the next thing that happened is we go into lockdown. People are stuck at home. They don't have anything to do. They don't want to go into the baggage of like reading comics with all these like 30-year requirement reading or whatever. This is a volume 1. I could just start here, read Demon Slayer, and catch up in I don't know, like a week or two if I really put my mind to it.
Yeah, this enclosed universe. So that was some of the things this article was talking about. Was like Chainsaw Man. People like lean on the whole like if the anime is successful or if they put up which has got to be a part of it. Like obviously, like what Cipher was saying, it's definitely part of the equation. But when you look at Chainsaw Man. And Chainsaw Man is breaking records here in the United States. And there's no anime out. No movie.
We just got a 30-second trailer. We don't even know what it's gonna look like.
No release date, nothing. There's a rumor that
they're hyped because they have already been reading the manga. And this would be me. This would be my first anime that I'll get to watch and go, that's filler. That's not
how it happened in the
manga. That's not. It ain't really good. You guys really should watch the manga. Read it.
I'm about to tell you like a great example of like the transition between like trying to appease the Western audience versus like what happened like in the book and like completely missing the mark. There was this one anime, right, that I saw the anime and then I had to read the manga because it got canceled in the US because it didn't do well. Dead Man Wonderland was a anime that was ahead of its time, right? The shit was dark, gritty, fucked up, right? But because it didn't do well in the West, because at the time, the only way you could do well in the West was either you were Dragon Ball or you resemble Dragon Ball. That's where Naruto came in. It's like, oh, blonde hair kid, you know what I mean? Who is a scrub, who's Desus, who becomes Ninja Jesus. Bet, throw his ass in there, right? And then obviously Toonami at the time had we didn't know they were called anime. Toonami, it was just on their little cartoon lineup, right? So animes like Dead Man Wonderland that came out in 2006, 2007, there wasn't a place for that because in cartoons were not meant to be that violent. They were marketable, kind of like what Chris was saying earlier, like with the toys. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't make a toy of a bunch of characters that weaponize their blood. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to like harm themselves in order to like fight other people, But then when you look forward to, talk about like Demon Slayer, talk about those dark, gritty, like Chainsaw Man, things that are like visceral, fucked up, like really suggestive themes, kind of makes me think back of all the animes that came to the West that failed because we weren't ready. And that they just got like unceremoniously canceled. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, still regarded as one of the best animes of all time, right? But if it would have came out now, we would have been talking about that anime the same way we talk about Attack on Titan. You know what I mean? Because it like the real world themes and
anime experiences.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
So overall, though,
anime's so good we had to make it twice.
Yeah.
So
what is it? Brotherhood's the way. It's just more. It's all canon now.
Brotherhood's all the manga. The other one, like the full manga, wasn't out, so like they just had to make up their own ending. Which
they did that shit with Alucard as well. Not Alucard, excuse me. Hellsing, and then they had Hellsing Ultimate, Where and like in Hellsing, you can tell when the writer goes like, we need to start making shit up because we are out. In Hellsing
out.
Ultimate, amazing. But at the same time though, it didn't get enough traction because nobody
I
was
think
ready.
that one was it was too violent, I think, to hit the mainstream. I like Hellsing, but I get it.
Yeah. I loved it.
So real quick, if anyone wants to learn more about manga, I think one of the best manga podcasts out there is called Manga Splaining. And actually, to tie it back to the comics, Chip Zdarsky's on the show.
Manga
And,
Splaining has Chip Zdarsky.
Chip Zdarsky is a regular member of the show. Yeah.
Nah, that's dope.
And a couple things I've noticed. Something Danny said. One, in Japan, like comics aren't as stigmatized. Where like today, an adult in a business suit reading a Spider-Man comic would be weird to see, but it wouldn't be weird to see an adult reading a manga magazine in Japan. And also there's goods and bads to this. Like it's when you have comic continuity, it's tough to jump in and just take that dive.
Yeah.
Whereas Dragon Ball Z, like you guys have said, volume 1 of Dragon Ball, go back and you can read the whole thing. One creator did the whole thing, as opposed to it went from Stan Lee to this guy to that guy to now it's with Nick Spencer and so on. You know, so it's more of a cohesive one story. Maybe Dragon Ball is a bad example because it's gone on forever, but I think that's a big part of it too, where people don't feel like they have to read 20 books to understand what's going on.
Actually, I'm gonna give you a good example right now. Hunter x Hunter, right? The manga and anime are as it stands. Oh, excuse me, I forgot the X. As it stands right now, is unfinished, and nobody wants to touch it because the creator got sick and was dealing with some really severe health issues, and he doesn't even know he wants to continue it, which is again very unfortunate because it's easily one of the best in my opinion, and it had one of the best anime arcs of all time, which was the Chimera Ant arc. So good. But the anime, like that's another one that had to get reshot because like there was an earlier version that didn't do so well. Then they really, they didn't have like no subtext like Ultimate whatever.
Then they added the X and it really took off.
Oh, that's what it was. I didn't even notice the X.
Did they everybody started sharing that hashtag?
Yeah.
Release the X
for the hashtag, so it works. That's really what it's there for. That's why you don't say it.
Got it.
But I'm telling you right now. Also, another thing, I think, I mean, this is purely my opinion, but I think something that may have helped when it comes down to what these, especially the shonen genre, so popular is that the main characters now are not your typical, completely buff, completely just ripped. I mean, like you got your Goku, your Bakis, your Guts, all these characters. Like now you got like these squirmy, shy little kids. You know what I'm saying? You like Deku, Asta, all these very, very quirky type. That hell, even Eren Yeager started out annoying. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I feel like that they're not like have exaggerated bodies. Like they don't all look like He-Man. Like right out the womb. You know what I mean? These are guys who have to like work up to their. Hell, even now. Think about it. Naruto was just, your average loser.
A child.
Naruto's still never like super buff. Like even as an adult, he's not like super buff.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
till he gets that nine-tailed fox and he starts,
Mm-hmm.
We have
gonna get old though, honestly.
Huh?
That wine, I think it's gonna get old. The scrawny loser.
Oh, it has.
There's a theory in manga where like usually like Naruto or whatever you fucking call it, it was designed for a certain age group, and then as the age group grew, they take time jumps and they grow him with it, so that it sticks with the base audience that goes with it. At least in Japan,
like a 40-year-old who's like complaining about his hips and shit.
That's why Dragon Ball jumps into Dragon Ball Z, as well, and. Anything that's super long running. Like I know in the manga didn't really change the name, but I mean we do have that different problems and different, conflicts or whatever. The scale goes up.
I think that issue is we're about to hit that crescendo real quick. I think there's gonna be like a change in writing here because Deku from My Hero, one of the biggest complaint, even after the time jump, he was still the same whiny. Like I yet to see episode with this dude does not cry. So to the point that there's a change. Minor spoiler. There's a change in his character that it felt, even though it was a small change, it felt extremely drastic because just like a couple hours ago, per the show's canon, he was still like this whiny, scrawny. You know what I mean? Like it was like I'm like, dude, how is it that you are? Like, how is it that you're not following the same formula? I think it's because the writers just were trying to like write the whole, you know, kind of like like a maybe like I don't know what you call it when they cry too much, emotional.
Yeah.
Character.
Have you guys started Chainsaw Man yet?
No.
I've started.
I read volume 1.
Okay, so I feel like they kind of went that route, but with his change, like they're not doing the crying, whiny thing.
Mm-mm.
It's like weird. It's like you start with the loser who's not buff, gets his ass kicked all the time. But it's like it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what they're trying to say is, but because his heart's replaced with the demon, and that's like in like the first issue. So spoiler, I guess.
Spoiler alert.
No.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's Chainsaw Man, and that's why he doesn't cry and all that stuff. And you know what I mean.
By the way, I'm getting sick and tired of the damn trend. I think that is I want to say a Naruto led trend where every goddamn MC has a fucking demon Satan stuck in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's their source of their power. And like they go from like struggling with their inner demons, literally, to like becoming besties and stuff. Because it's happening. It's happened with Naruto, Black Clover, and to some regard. And I can't believe they even pulled this shit out their asses in My Hero Academia. Like hell. Well, no, this one I can't say because it's like a huge fucking spoiler. But there's another anime very popular that is also the same shit. I'm like, bro, can we move away from, you know what I mean, that you have to get possessed by, this show's, canon Satan in order for you to, reach greatness?
Well, I mean, I think they kind of painted themselves into a corner, right? Yeah. So if you start off with this,
you just guys have another one.
This. Oh, yep, exactly. Mm-hmm. So if it's starting off as a loser, right? If it's starting off as scrawny, if your character's supposed to be a blank slate and like, hey, I'm a scrawny loser too, like that's your target audience, then we go, how do we move from scrawny loser getting beat up to one of the most powerful beings on planet? And I mean, the only way you can do that is I get this demon book that's chosen me, or I this finger, or I have the you know what I mean, like.
That's why you gotta drop in some sports manga in between your shonen readings.
Yeah,
because in haiku, like I love haiku. I've never cared much about volleyball, high school volleyball.
It's actually really good.
I'm invested in that goddamn team. So yeah, just sprinkle in some. Once you get tired of those trends, like just go read a mystery one. There's one that just they started releasing too about. Damn, what's his name?
Go read Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah. Oh fuck, what's it called? Not Sherlock Holmes, the other guy, Moriarty.
Yeah.
Actually, the Patriot or something.
That's actually in my car. I need to pick that one up.
Yeah, so just go read something else. Yeah.
But with that being said, though, like I think anime trends that need to make a comeback are the mechs. You know what I'm saying? Like your Gundams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, at least it has some diversity. But yeah.
Code Geass was good because it was very political and also had giant mechs, which I love. And actually I hate this because this is actually an American trend, but for the most part, it's been working very well. One, let's get this out the way. Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Legend of Korra, that is not an anime. Stop calling that shit an anime. It is not an anime. No, it isn't. That isn't.
It has the whole hero arc. It has it.
Kiss the brownest part of my ass, not anime. However, Castlevania though. That was a great
anime.
Yeah. Wait, how's it different? It's not made in Japan.
Yeah,
I ain't make the rules.
You are right now.
Like you did. It feels like
you are making the rules.
I know.
Like that's why.
I know. That's why it's funny. I don't know because Nickelodeon made it. I have no idea. But that trend, because Trevor, his struggle wasn't the fact that he was scrawny, a loser. It was the fact that he was dealing with severe depression and alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Cipher and Alucard. You know what I mean? That the fact that they were always badass. Like I feel like
well, that's the Goku model, right? Like you are
No.
badass. You just need to
No.
realize it.
no, but Goku wasn't actually Goku like enemies like Dragon Ball and what's it called? Like Mbaki is actually a better example, right? It wasn't the fact that they weren't always badass. It's the fact that everybody else that they competed against were more badass than them, and they worked hard, trained hard. You know what I mean? Almost to the fact that it's a meme in Goku's case where he will abandon his families for years, just like I gotta go train because you know what I'm saying something might happen,
Best,
and he like
best dad ever.
like he's like the best deadbeat dad ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, I think when it comes down to anime, you know, and why does it make it is a great impact to the West is because right now it's actually becoming more relatable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kids have the internet and they can watch anything from any country that they want.
That's true.
That's
That's
it.
true.
I think that's it right there. I think when we get these new apps out, I think when stories are becoming more accessible, I think you're absolutely right.
By the way,
Save us, Gen Z. We need you.
Yeah. Hey, before we cut out, remind everybody who's sticking around. First of all, if you're still here, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being a part of the show. Don't forget that in 15 minutes, Not Near Mint will be live. So go check out Miracle Man and Friends, Rob and Friends, or however you want to say it. And go check out their show. Always a great show. Also, don't forget to look in the description because Danny, Chris Rundt, and Cipher's stuff is all there. Go out and support the nerd family. All that stuff is out there. Anybody else have any last words?
Lo Tigre.
Lo Tigre. That's
Del Toro Negro. Let's go, Marvel. Come on, let's go. Bring it back.
You gotta have one now, Chris.
Fuck the haircut.
Fuck the haircut. Fuck the haircut. Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, that's our show for tonight. Thank you again for joining us. Check out our socials. Oh, by the way, the Discord, the link to our Discord is in the thing. Please come join us.
Discord's popping. Discord's been popping all week.
Fuck Discord. I mean, whoa. Fuck Facebook. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Oh,
up.
I was about to say, bro, how are we doing this?
That was really confusing. All right, we're out of here.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Go get